They always ask me, what were they like? The children? They ask what games they played, or what they sounded like when they laughed. You know, the little things. I have to be honest. I worked inside that house for over a year. I cleaned every room. I saw everything, but I've never seen them. Not once. This is a confession that, if true, pulls the entire carefully constructed narrative apart at the seams. For years, we have been sold a story of a fairy tale romance, a dramatic escape from oppression, and two beautiful, happy children. The Montecito Mansion, the perfect backdrop for the perfect trauma-informed life. But tonight, we have testimony from someone who was inside those walls. Someone who saw what happens when the Netflix cameras are turned off. And what she describes, it isn't a home, it's a soundstage. The problem is, the public image has never matched the reality. The perfectly curated photos, the staged paparazzi shots, the conflicting timelines. It feels off. You've felt it, haven't you? That nagging underlying sense of distress, that feeling that something isn't right. We're told we're conspiracy theorists for questioning it. We're called obsessed or haters for pointing out the blatant inconsistencies. Tonight, we are not dealing with unnamed sources or palace whispers. We are delivering a first-hand eyewitness account. And by the end of this, you will be forced to question everything you thought you knew about the most famous couple on the planet. Our source, who we will call Anna, was employed as domestic staff. She describes a house that was unsettlingly perfect. Not lived in perfect, ready for an architectural digest shoot perfect. It was cold, she states. Not the temperature, the feeling, the kitchen. I never saw them cook. Not a real meal. The expensive pans were always clean, hanging. The fridge was mostly full of bottled water. The children's rooms, I was told they were private. I was never to enter. Ever. But this is a 14,000 square foot house. You hear children. You feel their presence. This house was silent. Always silent. Anna was given a strict set of rules. Specific areas were off limits. Schedules were erratic. She was often sent home for hours, sometimes days, when private filming was taking place. But the most disturbing detail? The nursery. One time, the door was open, Anna recalls. Just a crack. I had to look. It was empty. There was a beautiful crib, but no sheets on it. No toys on the floor. No life. The rocking chair. It had a thin layer of dust on it. Dust. In a room supposedly for a baby, the public sees a united front, hand-holding, gazing into each other's eyes. Anna describes a relationship under terrifying strain. A house divided. I heard them, she says. You couldn't not hear it. The arguments were distressing. He would pace the garden for hours, on his phone, sounding frantic. He sounded lost, but she was different. When she was angry, she was very, very quiet, controlled, cold. Anna alleges she overheard a devastating fight. It wasn't about the press. It wasn't about the royal family. It was about the narrative itself. Her voice cracks as she recounts it. He was yelling, I can't do this anymore. It's not real. None of it is real. And she said, I'll never forget it. She said, it's our truth. It's the only story that matters. I ran back to the kitchen. I was terrified. What truth were they creating? This brings us to the core of Anna's testimony. The part that is so profoundly disturbing, it reframes every public appearance. The children. Archie and Lilibet. I'll repeat, Anna worked there for over a year. She cleaned the rooms, she handled the laundry, she was in every part of that home. And she never once saw a child. Not once. No nanny. No diapers in the trash. No high chair in the kitchen. No sticky fingerprints on the glass doors. I've never seen them, she insists. I heard recordings. Once. I was outside a door and I heard a baby crying. But it sounded fake. Like a speaker. It was a perfect loop. The same cry over and over. Then it just clicked off. And then, the pregnancy. Anna was employed during the time the world was told they were expecting their second child. She never looked pregnant, Anna claims. Not to me. She wore the big coats, yes, but I handled her clothes. Her laundry. There was nothing, no body changes. And then one day, the bump, I saw it. I wasn't supposed to be in her dressing room. It was on a mannequin, a prosthetic, a silicone belly, multiple pieces. I left the room. I thought I was going to be sick. A prosthetic. All that staged public footage? The Invictus Games? The brief grainy video from the garden? Anna is convinced the children seen in those clips were not theirs. They were brought in, filmed, and left. It's a film set, she concludes. They're all actors. The house, the marriage, the children. It's all fake. And I don't know why. A staged house, a marriage in tatters, and a chilling repeated mystery. Where are the children? We've presented this testimony. Now you have to decide. Is this the confession of a terrified whistleblower, or is this the most elaborate, grotesque deception in modern history? We've compiled all the inconsistencies Anna mentioned. The photos, the timelines, the footage that just doesn't add up. The link is in the description. Go look for yourself. But the biggest question is this. What do you think is happening inside that Montecito mansion? Let me know your theory in the comments. This is just the beginning. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because we are not letting this go.